A Shalom Israel, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Barak Thumb to all the brothers, Yahweh Shema Alathun to all the sisters. Excuse me. We are the Isupk, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. And we teach the truth of the Bible that so-called black, so-called Hispanics, and so-called Native Indians are the true Jews of the Bible. Okay? And we're not affiliated with any other Hebrew Israelite group. And since 1969, we've been teaching this truth. And we have been since 1969, the home of the truth, the original, the one and only. You understand? So we're here in Durham, North Carolina, and this is the Sabbath service. Okay? So we're going to begin to commence doing the Sabbath service in just a moment. And today, we're going to start the reading Genesis 37 and 17. If you want to read along in the Hebrew, you go to blueletterbible.org, and then you go to the scripture, you type in the scripture, and then you push the word tools that be to the left, and then the scripture will come up in the Hebrew. And you can read along, and you can see what the words means below it interlinear, Salakia. So this is what we're about to do here. Come on, sir. Once again, with the Isupk, we're about to commence the Sabbath service in just a moment. Okay. Imagine, which means to stand. Wapanya Kadam, which means turn and face the east. Wapanya Kadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabash Shemayim, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamayim, Nathanawa, Lakam, Cow, Yawum, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawath Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabi'ayanawa, Banasaya 1, a ball, Hawashaya Nawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Amalakwith, Waha'ala, Wahafraparith, Iwalumium, Aman.
In the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
The prayer for the power of the Hakak in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Baba Kashah, the Thunderlinawa, Hakak, La Para'ah, Kal Makala, Wakal Madawa, Hakak, La Tahar, Ha Matazarayam, Hakak, La Hakwiyam, Hamathiam, Hakak, Al Rakawath, Hatama Allah, the Garashan, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, the Wada Aman.
In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness, and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it.
The prayer for the blessing in the Hebrew. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shah.
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Allahayim.
Why Allahayim.
Matazaba Ya'ah.
Matazab Yah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapium.
Ha Alawapium.
Ha Saranyum.
Ha Saranyum.
Ha Kotazayanyum.
Ha Kotazayanyum.
Ha Koyoyoyum.
Ha Koyoyoyum.
Waha Kwatian.
Waha Gwatian.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai. The water Aman.
The water Aman. In English. Bless you, Yahweh. And Yahweh Shah. And Michael. And the angels. Commanding General Yana. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shah. Thank you. So be it.
The 121st Psalm in the Hebrew. Aisha'ah.
Aisha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Haharium.
Al-Haharium.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Isaiah.
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 Ma'aim.
Ma'aim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Wa'aratazah.
Wa'aratazah.
Al-Yathan.
Al-Yathan.
Ramawat.
Ramawat.
Regalka.
Regalka.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'Allah.
Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamarka.
Shamarka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalka.
Tazalka.
Al-Yad.
Al-Yad.
Yamyaka.
Yamyaka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yakaka.
Yakaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balai Allah.
Balai Allah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamarka.
Yashamarka.
Kalrai.
Kalrai.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Athnapashka.
Athnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Tazaatka.
Tazaaka.
Wabo Wa'atka.
Wabo Wa'aka.
Ma'atha.
Mayatha.
Wa'aid. I will love.
Wa'ayat Abalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
From which cometh my help.
From which cometh my help.
My help cometh from the Lord.
My help cometh from the Lord.
Which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He
moved.
will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
He that keepeth thee will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy
The
shade
Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by
The
day,
sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forward
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. The 83rd Psalm in the Hebrew. Alahayim. Al-Dami Alaka.
Al Dami Alaka.
Al-Thakarash.
Al Thakarash.
Wa Al-Tashakwat.
Al Tashakwat.
Al
Al
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Awayabyaka.
Abayabyaka.
Yahama.
Yahama.
Yawan.
Yawan.
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash.
Al-Imaka.
Al Imaka.
Ya'ira Yamwa.
Yaira Yamwa.
Sawada.
Sawada.
Wayatha.
Waita.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Ya'ai Tazawa.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Al Tazapawanyaka.
Amarwa.
Amarwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam.
Magoya.
Magolia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'a.
Yazakar.
Yazakar.
Sham Yasha'ala.
Sham Yashala.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Nawa'ai Tazawa.
Nawa Aitazawa.
Laba.
Laba.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Alyaka.
Alyaka.
Barayath.
Baryath.
Yakarathwa.
Yakaratha.
Aholia.
Aholia.
Adawam.
Adawam.
Wayashamai.
Yashamai.
Alayam.
Alayam.
Mawa'aba.
Awa Abba.
Wahagarium.
Hagorium.
Gabal.
Ball.
Wa'amawan.
Waimawan.
Wa'amalak.
Waimalak.
Palashaf.
Palashaf.
I'm Yeshabia.
I'm Yeshabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Imam.
Imam.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Zarawai.
Zarawai.
Labanya Lawat.
Labanya Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalaham.
Ashalaham.
Kamadjan.
Kamadjan.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sarah.
Kayabian.
Kayabian.
Banachal.
Wanakal.
Kwayashwan.
Kwayashwan.
Nashamadwa.
Nashamadwa.
Ba'ayan.
Bayan.
Da'ara.
Dara.
Wakazaba. Oh, Salakia. Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
La Adama,
La Adama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nada Yabmawa,
Nada Yabmawa,
Kairab,
Karab,
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Wakatazol,
Wakatazol,
Manai,
Manai,
Kal Nesaya Kamwa,
Cal Nasai Kamwa,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amorwa,
Nayarasha,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Af, Na'awaf,
Nawat,
Alahayam,
Alahayam,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagogala,
Kagogala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanyaraka,
Lapanyarabaka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Tabiaira,
Tabayaira,
Yaira,
Yaira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Tharadapma,
Varadapma,
Basa Irika,
Basa Iraka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'a,
Mala'a,
Panyaham,
Panyaham,
Kwalawan,
Palawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Hawa,
Yabashwa,
Bachwa,
Wayabaholwa,
Wayabahol,
Aida Aid,
Ayai,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayakaparwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadayawa,
Wayadayawa,
Kaya Atha,
Ayata,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labadka,
Badka,
Al Yawan,
Al Yawan,
Al Kalha
Alka Rataza. In English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make a tumult,
thine enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate
and
thee
they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
and
against
consulted against
thy hidden ones.
thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation,
that the name of Israel
that the name of Israel
may be no more in
may
remembrance.
be no more in remembrance.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee,
are confederate against thee,
the tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the
and
Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon, and
Ammon,
Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur
Assur
also
also
is joined with
is
them.
joined with them.
They have hope in the children of
They
Lot.
have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
to Jabin,
at the brook of Kison,
at the brook of Kison,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make their nobles
like Oreb
like Oreb
and like Zeeb.
and like Zeeb.
Yea, all their princes,
All their princes
as Abba
as Sabbath
and as Almunah,
and as Almunah,
who said,
who said,
let us take to
let us
ourselves
take to ourselves
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh in possession.
O my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as a fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth a wood,
and as a flame
and as the flame
set the mountains on
sets
fire.
the mountains on fire.
So persecute
So
them
persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
and make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
Oh, Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let me put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
of all the earth.
over all the earth. Sir? All right. Sar, which means Shab, which means to be seated. Okay, once again, we're going to begin at Genesis 37 and 17. Once again, if you want to read along in the Hebrew, you can go on your phone, on your computer to Blue Letter Bible. You type in the scriptures, Genesis 37 and 17, and then you go to that verse and you see right to the left, you'll see tools. You press tools, and there you can read the Hebrew. So we're about to begin. Okay. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 37 and verse 17 in Hebrew. Waya Amar, Ha'ayash, Nasa Iwa, Mo Mazah, Kaya, Shema'ithia, Amarium, Salakia, yeah, Amarium, Nalaka, Dathiana, yeah, Dathiana, Wayalaka, Wayasap, Akar, Akaryawa, no, Akiyawa, Salakia, Akiyawa, Wayamatazaam, Barathun, verse 18. Waya Ra'awa, Athwa, Marahak, Salakia, Marakak, Waba Tarum, Yakwara, not Salakia, Rak, Korab, Alahayim, Waya Thun Kalwa, Athwa, Laha Mayathwa. Verse 19. Waya Amarwa, Ayash, Al, Akyawa, Hana, Baal, Haha, Mawath, Halazah, Ba'ah. Verse 19. Verse 20. Wa'itha, Lakawa, Wana Haragahawa, Wana Shalak Kahawa, Ba'akad, Haba Rawath, Wama Wa Salakia, Wa Amar Nawa, Haya Ra'ai, Akalathawa, Wana Ra'ah, Ma, Yahayawa, Kala Mathiawa. Verse 21. Waya Shemai, Ra'awaban, Waya Taza Lahawa, Mayadam, Waya Amar La'a, Nakanawa, Napash. Verse 22. Waya Amar, Alaham, Ra'awaban, Al, Fasha Pakwa, Dum, Hashalaya Kawa, Athwa, Al, Habawar, Hazah Ashar, Bama Dabar, Wayad Al, Fasha Lakwa, Bawa, Lama'ain, Hatazayol, Akwa, Mayadum, Lahashiabawa, Al, Abiawa. It's the last one. 23 is the last one. Verse 23. Wayahaya Ka'ashar Ba'a Yawasap Al Akyawa Waya Pashia Tawa Waya Pashia Tawa Khan Ath Yawasap Ath Kafa Nathawa Ath Kathanath Hapa Sayam Ashar Aliyawa. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 37 and verse 17, in English. And the man said, they are departed hence, for I heard them say, let us go to Dathan. And Joseph went after his brethren and found them in Dathan. Verse 18. And when they saw him far off, even before he came near unto them, they conspired against him to slay him. So, of course, this is the situation where the Joseph, his 11 brothers, they were jealous of him and all that. We read that last week. And so now they went and he was left behind. So he caught up to them in this town called Dathan, and they see him coming and they plotting to kill the brother. You understand? Okay. Verse 19. And they said one to another, behold, this dreamer cometh. Hey, check out this dude. Here he come. Right? Verse 20. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him and cast him into some pit. And we will say, some evil beast hath devoured him. And we shall see what will become of him. Now, remember, these are the 12 patriarchs of the children of Israel. But because their little baby brother had 2 visions or 2 dreams where he saw them bowing down to him, they was hating on their brother, man. They was hating their brother, man, without just cause. You understand? And they took this brother into captivity. They put him into captivity, which we're going to read. Verse 20. Come now, therefore, and let us slay him and cast him into some pit. Salaki, I read that already. Oh, yeah. Cast him into some pit, and we will say some evil beast had devoured him, and we shall see what will become of his dream. Verse 21. And Reuben heard of it, and he delivered him out of their hands and said, let us not kill him. And Reuben said unto them, shed no blood, but cast him into this pit that is in the wilderness, and lay no hand upon him, that he might rid him out of their hands, to deliver him to his father again. Verse 23. And it came to pass, when Joseph was come up unto his brethren, that they stripped Joseph out of his coat of many colors that was on him. So now, as you can see, as you can hear, that, now they done grabbed the brother. He had this coat. His father had made him a coat, psychedelic coat of many colors, and they took the coat off of him because that coat to them was the symbol of him being special in the eyes of his father. So they wanted to strip him of that. Okay, and they did. So this is the book of Genesis, chapter 37 and verse 24 in the Hebrew. Waya kahawa, waya shalakwa, athwa, habara, wa habawar, rak, ayan, bawa, mayam. Verse 25. Waya shabwa, la akal, lakam, waya sha'awa, ayanayahum, waya ra'awa, wahana, arakath, yasham ma'alium. Those are Ishmaelites, right? Yashama'alium. Yeah, that's the Ishmaelites. Ba'ah, Magala'aid, Wagamoliahum, Nasha'ayim, Naka'ath, Watazaria, Walat, Hawa Lakayam Laha Warrior Warriad Matazarium. Verse 26. Waya Amar Yahawada Al Akyawa Ma Batazai Kaya Naharag Ath Akyanawa Wakasaya Nawa Wakasaya Nawa Ath Damwa. Verse 27. Lakawa Wana Makarnawa Laya Shamaya Alayam Waya Dunwa Al Thahaya Thahaya Bawa Kaya Akianawa Bashanwa Basharanwa Hawa A Waya Shamaiwa Akiawa. Verse 28. Come on. Waya Ibaria. No. Waya Ibarwa. Anasium. Ma Dianayam. Sakarium. Waya Mashakawa. Waya Alyawa. Ath Yawasap. Mun Habawar. Waya Makarwa. Ath Yawasap. Laya Shama Aliyah. Let me get this right. La ya Shama Aliyah. Aliyah. Ba Isharium. Kasap. Waya Naya A. Af. Ya Yawasap. Matazarium Ma. Verse 29. Wayashab Ra'awabun Reuben Al Habawar Wahana Ayun Yawasap Baba War Waya Kwara Wawa Salakia Waya Kwarai Af Ba Gadayawa Badagayawa Ba God Yawa Bagajawa. Here we go. Verse 30. This is the last one on this set. Verse 30. Wayashab Al Akyawa Waya Amar Hayalad Ayanaya Salakia Ayanunwa Wa Anya Ana Anya Ba'a. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 37 and verse 24 in English. And they took him and cast him into a pit, and the pit was empty. There was no water in it. And they sat down, verse 25, and they sat down to eat bread. They lifted up their eyes and looked, and behold, a company of Ishmaelites came from Gilead with their camels bearing spicery and balm and myrrh, going to carry it down to Egypt. So here they done threw the brother in the pit, and they sitting down and eat, and they see these Ishmaelites, these Arabs, so-called today Arabs, on a caravan to trade. and they carry spices and goods and stuff like that on their camels, of course. Verse 26, and they're going down to Egypt to, to trade. So this is the commerce that's going on forever. I mean, this was going on in that part of the world for thousands of years. Egypt was a place. It was like taking your produce and stuff and your goods to North Carolina. I mean, to Charlotte in this area, or New York City, or Los Angeles, where all the people at. So that's where you want to sell your goods because you can get the best price. So that's all it is. That's all it is. Verse 27. Come and let us sell him to the Ishmaelites, and let not our hand be upon him, for he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren were content, so they was all happy about it. But check this out. I'm not sure I could teach this because they put their brother in captivity. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
No, this is this is a family matter. It's not an act of it's not an act of war. You know what I'm saying? Is it a crime nonetheless? Yes, but family matters is family matters. You know what I'm saying? Another nation doing that to your people is an act of war.
Kind of one car.
You know
the water, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Most High in Christ.
That's what we always say. You know what I'm saying? Because that right there is a tactic, the oppressor and unlearned brothers, so-called, the world's so-called scholars or whatever they want to call themselves. They'll use that tactic in the world. Specifically when they say, oh, we're Africans sold Africans into slavery. You know what I'm saying? Associating us with the Africans saying they are brothers, which would insinuate what? Family crimes. You know what I'm saying? Brother against brother. When we know, or they'll be like, well, y'all kill each other in the ghettos. Yes, we do kill each other in the ghettos. We do, fight, you know what I'm saying, go back and forth with each other. But like we always say, those are family matters that need to be, handled within house. You know what I'm saying? But that has nothing to do with the oppressor, putting us in chains. It's got nothing to do with the so-called Hamites selling us to the oppressors. You know what I'm saying? They got nothing to do with these other nations taking part in our destruction.
Kind of one con, sir. I see the difference.
I mean, the same way we say, well, what's going on with Ukraine and Russia. That's family business. They shouldn't have. It shouldn't be war. Shouldn't be that type of, the level of turmoil that's going on over there. It shouldn't be like that.
Absolutely.
That is family matters. They should be able to, have they dispute and go back and forth, and America just sit back and be like, well, that's their people.
And by bloodline, they're the same people.
Exactly.
There's no difference. They're not a different nationality. Mm-hmm. They're all one nation, and that's what the brother's saying, and that's correct. Kind of one con, sir. The water, sir. Okay, where was we? Verse 28. Then there passed by Midianites, merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit and sold Joseph to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver. And they brought Joseph into Egypt. Now they sold him to the Ishmaelites, and the Ishmaelites sold him to the Midianites. Yeah, man. And they brought him into Egypt. Verse 29. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit. And he rent his clothes. I mean, he tore his clothes. That was an Israelite custom when we were upset or angry or hurt. Okay. Verse 30. And he returned unto his brethren and said, the child is not, and whither shall I go? Because he had planned, I think he said he had planned on taking him back to his father. But anyway, we're going to move on. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 37 and verse 31 in the Hebrew. Wayakakwa, Ath, Kafanath, Wayasap, Wayashak, Tower, Shakatawa, Sha'ayar, Azayam, Waya Tabolwa, Ath, Hakatanath Badam. Verse 32. Wayashalakwa Ath Kathanath Hapasayam Wayabaya Awa Al Abayaham Waya Amarwa Za'ath Mataza an Anwa Hakar Na'a Hakathna. Oh, Hakana, but Hakathana, Banak or Banaka, Hawa'a, La'a. Verse 33. Waya Kayara, Waya Amar, Kathanath, Banya, Haya, Ra'ai, Akolaf, Fahawa, Tarap, Yawasap. Verse 34. Waya Kwarai, Ya Iquab, Shemalathiawa, Waya Shum, Shak, Bamathaniah, no, Salakia, Bama, Naya, Nayawa, Bathamayawa, Waya, the Abal, Waya, the Abal, Al, Banwa, Yamayam, Rabayam. Verse 35. Wayakwamwa, Cal, Banyawa, Wakal, Banathiawa, Lanakamwa, Waya Ma'an, Laha Thanakam, Waya Amar Kaya, Arad al Banya, Abal, Sha'ala, Waya Bad, Athwa, Abiyawa. We're going to go to the next chapter for the last verse. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38, Salakia, and verse 1 in Hebrew. Wayahaya ba'aith, haha wa'a, wayarad, Yahawada, ma'ath, akyawa, wayat, aid, ayash, Adalamya, Washamwa, Kayawa, Kayara, Salakia, Kayara. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 37 and verse 31 in the English, Salakia. And they took Joseph's coat, and killed a kid of the goats, and dipped the coat in the blood. Verse 32. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father and said, This have we found. Know now whether it be thy son's coat or no. Wicked, man. This is wicked, man. It's straight up wicked. You know, they took their anyway, man. Y'all know what it is, man. Verse 33. And he knew it and said, it is my son's coat. An evil beast have devoured him. Joseph is without doubt rent in pieces. Verse 34. And Jacob rent his clothes and put on sackcloth. This is the way of mourning. This is an outward show of mourning upon his loins, and mourned for his son many days. Verse 35. And all his sons and all his daughters rose up to comfort him, but he refused to be comforted. And he said, for I will go down into the grave unto my son mourning. Thus his father wept for him. So meaning he said he's going to carry this. He's never getting over this. He's never going to get over his son being killed, is what he's saying. Because Joseph was his favorite. You understand? And people, if I may, sir, people think that having a favorite is wrong. But the Most High has a favorite. So what's wrong with having a favorite? I have, 7 biological children, 3 stepchildren, and I have favorites among them. You know what I mean? It's not that I love one more than the other. Nah. I love them. I love all my children. But I like some of my children more than I like some of the others. It's just the way it is, man. You know what I'm saying? According to what they do. Not because who they are, but according to what they do. Because they're all my children. And I'm just saying this so you will understand, we are the children of the Most High. So our nature is like the Most High's nature in the flesh, so to speak. Like, we're like him in our spirit, I should say. Not in the flesh, but in the spirit, we're like him. You understand? So if you have let's say if you have multiple wives, which is legal, and you had a favorite wife, and from that favorite wife came this special little child, and that child becomes your favorite. That's just what happens. It happens all the time, man. I don't know any family of people that there was more than maybe, let's say, 4 children, and there was, even if they had 2 children, there was one that you would like to burn and another one that likes to learn. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. Salaki. Okay. Verse 36. And the Midianites sold him into Egypt unto Potiphar, an officer of the pharaohs and the captain of the guard. So everybody made a little piece off of Joseph. The Ishmaelites, his brothers sold him and got a little money. The Ishmaelites sold him to the Midianites and got paid. And the Midianites sold him to the Egyptians and got paid. Golly. You know, this is, to me, these things like this is the beauty of the Bible, because it's the truth. It's not trying to make us seem like we always was doing the right thing. We're human beings. And if we don't follow this law and practice brotherhood, this is what happens to us. Stuff like this. We become jealous and hate our brothers without a cause, man. And this is unlawful, man. Now, you cannot hate your brother without a cause, without a just cause. You understand? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya ba'aith hahawa'ah wayarad yahawada ma'af akyawa wayat aid ayash idalamya washamwa hayara. No, I was supposed to read that in English. Salakia. Verse 1 is in English. And it came to pass at that time that Judah went down from his brethren and turned into a certain Adullamite, whose name was Hera. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38 and verse 2 in the Hebrew. Wayara'ah Shem Yahawada Bath Ayash Kana'anya Washamwa Shawai Wayaka Wayakak Wayakaka Wayaba'a Aliyah. Verse 2. Wathahar, Wathalad, Ban, Wayakwara Ath, Shamwa, Or. Verse 4. Wathahar, Iwad, Wathalad, Ban, Wathakwara Ath. Oh, I just read that one. Shamwa, our Nawa, our none. No, okay, our none. That was a different one. Verse 5. Wathasap, Iwad, Wathalad, Ban, Wathakwara Ath, Shamwa, Shalah, Wahaya, Bakazayab, Wala Datha, Athwa. Verse 6. Wayakwak, Yahawada, Ashawa, no Asha, La'ar, Bakawara, Bakawara, Washama, Thamar. Verse 7. Wayahaya, Bakawar, Yahawada, Rai, Ba'ayanaya, Yahawa, Waya Mathawa, Mathahawa, Yahawa. Verse 8. Waya Amar, Yahawada, La'a Wanawa, no, Salakia, La'awa Nun, Ba'a Al Ashaf, Akiaka, Wayabum, Afa, Wahakwam, Zarai, La Akiaka. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38 and verse 2 in English. And Judah saw there a daughter of a certain Canaanite, whose name was Shua. And he took her and went into her. And she conceived and bare a son, and he called his name Okay. Verse 4. And she conceived again, and she bare a son, and she called his name Onan. Verse 5. And yet again conceived and bare a son, and called his name Shalah. And he was at Chezib when she bare him. Verse 6. And Judah took a wife to his firstborn, whose name was Tamar. And Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. He was wicked. I mean, he must have been really wicked, man, because he didn't kill the other brother. He killed this brother. And we don't know what he did, but we know it was something terrible. Verse 8. And Judah said unto Onan, go in unto thy brother's wife and marry her and raise up seed to thy brother. Now, this was done. This is a law in Israel. So if you have a wife and you die without having seed or a son from that wife, then it's your brother's responsibility to go marry her and have a baby by her, so that brother's seed could come back into the world. That brother could come back into the world. You know, they never going to teach you that in the Christian church, but in the Isupk the Command and Junior Hana, we learn and we know the law, and that is a law. You understand? I forgot what you call it. The law of brotherhood. What did they call it again? I forgot the name of it, but it's a law. Because reincarnation or regeneration is part of Israel culture, meaning that when your spirit leaves the earth, it comes back into the earth through your same bloodline. You understand? That's just how the laws work. Baba Kasha. Even the heathen. The water, sir. Even the heathen. This is how it works. You understand? Everybody, mostly everybody on earth, I believe, was here before. You know, I have no doubt of that. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38 and verse 9 in the Hebrew. Why die? Awanan kaya la'a lawa yahaya hazarai wahaya ba'a al ashaf akyawa washakath salake washakath arataza laba lathia Nathan Zarai La Akyawa. Verse 10. Wayarai Ba'ayanaya Yahweh Ashar Aisha Wayamath Gum Athwa. Verse 11. Come on. Oh, it's loading. Let's give it a second. It's loading. It's verse 11. Waya Amar, Yahawada, Lathamar, Kalathwa, Shabya, Alumna, Bayath, Abiaka, Aid, Yagadol, Shalah, Banya Kaya, Amor, Pun, Yamawath, Gum, Hawa'a, Ba'akyawa, Ka'akyawa, Salakia, Ka'akyawa, Wathalad, Thamar, Wathashab, Bayath, Abayath. Verse 12. Wayarabwa, Hayamayam, Wathamath, Bath, Shawai, Ashath, Yahawada, Waya Natham, Yahawada, Waya Al, Gazazia, Taza Anwa, Hawa'a, Wakayara, Ra'aithwa, Ra'aihawa, Salakia, Wa'id Dalumya. Wa'id Dalumya. Hamanatha. Verse 13. Come on. Wayagad. Lathamar. La'amar. Hana. Kamyaka. Allah. Famanatha. Lagaz. Taza'an. No, Taza'anwa. Taza'anwa. Verse 14. Wathasar. Bagadia. Alaman Watha. Alamam Watha. Ma'aliyah, Wathakas, Bataza'ayap, Watha'ailap, Wathashab, Bapathak, Salakia, Ayanayam, Ashar, Al, Daraka, Fama Nafa Kaya Ra'afa Kaya Gadol Shalah Wahaya Wahawa'a La'a Nathana Lawa La'asha. Okay, verse 15. Verse 15. Waya Ra'ah, Yahawada, Waya Kashaba, Waya Kashaba, La Shawana, Kaya, Kasafa, Panya. Verse 16. Wayat, Aliyah, Al, Hadaraka, Waya Amor, Haba Na, Abawa'a, Aliyaka, Kaya La'a, Yadai, Kaya, Kalathwa, Hawa'a, Watha Amor, Ma, Fathun, Laya, Kaya, Habawa'a, Aliyah. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38 and verse 9 in the English. And Onan knew that the seed should not be his. And it came to pass, when he went in unto his brother's wife, that he spilled it on the ground, lest that he should give seed to his brother. So now this brother here, you understand, he did something wicked, because when he was he went and had sex with his brother's, who was deceased, wife, which means that the marriage was legal because he was deceased. You understand? And he was supposed to go into and give seed to his brother's wife, and instead of giving her seed, he pulled out and he spilled his seed on the ground. That's what it's saying. So he, for whatever reason, he didn't want to give seed for his brother. You understand? Which is wicked. I don't know. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Anyway, verse 10. And the thing which he did displeased the Lord, wherefore he slew him also. So Judah, Yahweh, he had 3 sons, 2 of them dead already because of their wickedness, man. Understand? Verse 11. Then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow at thy father's house till Shelah my son be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he also die, as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. So now this woman, she done married two of the brothers, but she still has no children by any of the brothers. So she goes back into her father's house as a widow, waiting for Shelah to come of age to be a man. You understand? Because this is a law. So, she has to wait. If she wants her first husband's seed to come back into the earth, correct? Verse 12. And in the process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died. And Judah was comforted and went up into his sheep shearers to Timnath, he and his friend Hirah the Adullamite. Verse 13. And it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnah to shear his sheep. Verse 14. And she put on her widow's garment. No, and she put her widow's garments off from her and covered her with a veil and wrapped herself and sat in an open place, which is by the way to Timnath. For she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. So I guess she feels that she was forgotten about. I don't know. Let's read on. Verse 15. When Judah saw her, he thought her to be an harlot, because she covered her face. Verse 16. And he turned unto her by the way and said, go, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, now remember, many years have transpired, because his son was a boy, and she'd been in her father's house for a good period of time. So she might look a little different. She's a little older now, and plus she has her face covered. For he knew not that she was his daughter-in-law. And she said, what wilt thou give me that thou mayest come in unto me? This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38 and verse 17 in the Hebrew. Waya Amar, Anakia, Ashalak, Gadia, Azayam, Mun, Hataza'an, Wafa Amar, Fathun, Irabuan, Aid, Shalakaka, verse 18. Wayama ma ha'ai rabwa ra'ab ha'ai rabwa ashar athun laka watha amar hathamad salakia hathamaka. Nope, I got that one wrong. Let me go slow. Ka Thamaka Wapathaliaka Wamataka Ashar Bayadaka Bayathun Laha Wayaba'a Aliyah Wathahar Lawa. Verse 19. Wathakum Wathalaka Wathasar says Ayapa Ma'alia Watha Labash Bagadia Alam Nawatha. Verse 20. Wayeshalak Yahawada Ath Gadia Ha'izayam Bayad Ra'ahawa Ha'aidi Ha'aid Dalamya Lakwakath Ha'ai Rabawan Ha'ai Rabawan Mayad Ha'asha Wala'a Mataza'a. '21. Wayasha'ala Ath Anashia Wa Makwama La Amar Ayah Hakwadasha Hawa'a Ba'ayanayam Al Hadaraka Waya Amarwa La'a Hayatha Baza Kodasha. Verse 22. Wayashab Al Yahawada Waya Amar La'a Mataza Athia Wagum Anashia Hamakwawum Amarwa La'a Hayatha Baza Kodasha. Verse 23. Waya Amar Yahawada Vakwak Laha Pun Lahaya Nahaya Salakia Nahaya Labawaz Hana Shalakathia Hagadia Hazah La'atha La'a Mataza Atha. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 17. And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? Verse 18. And he said, what pledge shall I give thee? And she said, thy signet and thy bracelet and thy staff that is in thine hand. And he gave it to her, and he came in unto her, and she conceived by him. Verse 19. And she arose and went away and laid by her veil from her, and put on the garments of widowhood. So I'm trying to get to understand this, what she's trying to do. Yeah, because it seemed like I don't really know why she's doing this. And it's like, it's like it seems like it's double treachery going on here. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't really know, you understand, but he shouldn't be buying whores. But we all know that Judah loves whores. You understand? We know that. And we don't say that as a to make fun of it, but the reality is, if we didn't love whores so much, it wouldn't be so many whores. Verse 20. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend, the Adulamite, to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. Then, verse 21, then he asked the men of that place, saying, where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, there was no harlot in this place. Verse 22, and he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of that place said, there was no harlot in this place. And Judah said, let her take it to her, lest we be ashamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 38, and verse 24 in the Hebrew. Wayahaya kama shalash hadashim wayagad la Yahawada la Amar zanatha Thamar Kalathaka Wagum Hana Hara Laza Nawanium Laza Nawanium Waya Amar Yahawada Hawa Tazaya Awa Watha Sharap. Verse 25. Hawa'a Mawataza'ath Wahaya'a Shalaka Al Kamaya La Amar La Ayash Ashar Allah Lawa Anakia Hara Watha Amar Hakar Na'a Lamya Hakathamath Wahapathialayum Wahapathialayum Wahamata Ha'Allah. Verse 26. Wayakar Yahawada Waya Amar Tazadaka Khan Mamunya Kaya Al Khan La'a Nathafathia La Shala Banya Wala Salakia Yasap Iwad La Da'itha. Verse 27. Wayahaya Ba'ith Ladafa Wahana Va'awamium Baba Tanah Salakia. Verse 28. Wayahaya Baladatha Wayathun Yad Wathakwak Hamaya Ladath Wathakwashar Al Yadwa Shanya La Amar Za Yataza'a Ra'ashana verse 29. Wahaya kama shayab yadwa wahana ya tazaab akyawa watha amor ma paratazath aliaka parataza waya kwara shamwa parataza. Verse 30. Wa akar yataza'a akyawa ashar al yadwa hashana waya kwara shamwa zarath. One more. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 39 and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Waya wasap hawarad matazarayama waya kwanathwa no waya kwanahawa pawa tayapar sarium para'i shar hatabakium ayash matazaria mayad haya shama'iliyahum shama'a salah haya shama'iliyahum yum ashar hawa radahawa shama. Okay, this is the book of Genesis, chapter 38, verse 24 in English. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law, hath played the harlot. And also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth, and let her be burnt.
We'll give a cap by this
I need
section.
to understand this.
Get a breakdown on the spirit of what's going on.
Yeah, so that's Genesis 38.
Yeah.
Okay.
We call it. Figure it out. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna clip it up right there. Clip it right there. We're gonna pick it up next week. You understand? So just up here, medium. So I can get a hold of all right. Men of Israel, gird thyself to prepare to the Torah. Y'all about you, y'all sharp like y'all.
How about Shem Howard Sharp? Yo. Amadim, which means to stand. Wapanya Kadam, which means turn and face the east. We're going to start off again with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa,
Abanawa,
Shabashamayim,
Shabashamayim,
Kodash,
Kodash,
Haya,
Haya,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Malakwaka,
Malakwaka,
Taba'a,
Taba,
Ratazayaka,
Ratazayaka,
Haya,
Haya,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Ba'arataza,
Barataza,
Kawa,
Kawa,
Haya,
Haya,
Bashamayim,
Bashamayim,
Nathanlanawa,
Lathananawa,
Lakam,
Lakam,
Kal,
Cal,
Yawum,
Yawum,
Wasalaknawa,
Wasalaknawa,
Kabawathnawa,
Kabawatnawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kasalaknawa,
Kabawathanawa,
Kabawatyanawa,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Tabiayanawa,
Tabiayanawa,
Banasaya 1,
Panasaya 1,
a ball,
Abal,
Awashayanawa,
Abashayanawa,
Mayan,
Mayan,
Rai,
Rai,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Laka,
Laka,
Hamalakwith,
Amalakwa,
Waha'ala,
Waha'ala,
Wahafaparith,
Wataparab,
Ivalamium,
Livalunium,
Aman.
Aman. In the English, Our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name,
Thy kingdom come,
thy kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth.
in earth,
It's like it, as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread,
our daily bread,
and forgive us our
and
debts,
forgive us our debts,
as we forgive our
as
debtors.
we forgive our debtors,
And lead us not
and lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver us
but deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom,
and the power,
and the power,
and the glory,
and the glory,
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. The prayer for the power of the Hakak in the Hebrew, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem Yahweh Shai,
Ba Shem Yahweh Shah,
Baba Kashah,
Baba Kashah,
Nathanlanawa,
Lathananawa,
Hakak,
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 La Para'ah,
La Pa'a,
Kal Makala,
Kal Makala,
Kal Marawa,
Kal Marawa,
Hakak,
Hakak,
La Tahar,
Latahar,
Ha Matazarayim,
Hamatazarayim,
Hakak,
Hakak,
La Hakwiyam,
Lahakwiyam,
Hamathium,
Hamathium,
Hakak,
Hakak,
Al Rarakawaf,
Arakar Wa,
Hatama Allah,
Hatama Allah,
Lagarashun,
Lagarashun,
Bahashem Yahweh Shai,
Ba Shem Yahweh Shah,
the Wada Aman.
Dawada Aman. In English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it.
Prayer for the blessing in the Hebrew. Barakatha Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Why Yahweh Shai.
Why Yahweh Shah?
Why Mayaka Allah.
Why Mayaka Allah?
Why Allahayim.
Why Alahayim?
Matazabaya Ah.
Matazab Yah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapium.
Ha Alawapium.
Ha Saranyum.
Ha Saranyum.
Hakotazayanyum.
Ha Kotazayanyum.
Hakoya Yoyum.
Ha Koya Yoyum.
Waha Aquatian.
Waha Gwathian.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashim Yahweh Shai.
Ba Shim Yahweh Shah.
The Wada Aman.
Dawada Aman. In English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yahana, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah, thank you, so be it.
The 121st Psalm in the Hebrew. Aisha'ah,
Aisha'ah,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Al-Hahariam,
Al-Hahariam,
Ma'ayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'ah,
Yaba'ah,
Izaria,
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 Ma'aim,
Ma'aim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Wa'aratazah,
Wa'aratazah,
Al-Yathan,
Al-Yathan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Regalka,
Al-Yanawam,
Ayanawam,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Hanala'ah,
Anala'ah,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'ah,
Wala'ah,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawamar,
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al-Yad,
Aliyad,
Yamyaka,
Yamyaka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La'ah,
La'ah,
Yakaka,
Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Balayallah,
Balayallah,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Makalrai,
Makalrai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Afnapashka,
Athnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazaatka,
Tazaaka,
Waba Wa'atka,
Waba Wa'aka,
Mayatha,
Mayatha,
Wa'aid Iwalam.
Wa'aid Abalam. In English, I will lift up mine eyes into the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by night,
thee by night.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time forth
from this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. The 83rd Psalm in the Hebrew. Alahayim, Al-Dami Alakah,
Al-Dami Yalaka,
Al-Fakarash,
Al-Takarash,
wa Al-Fashakwat,
Al-Tashakwat,
Al-Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Awayabyaka,
Yahama,
Yahama,
Yawan,
Yawan,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Imaka,
Al-Imaka,
Irayamwa,
Yairayamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayatha,
Wayatha,
Ya'ai-Tazawa,
Ya'ai-Tazawa,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Lakawa,
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam,
Wanakakidam,
Magoya,
Magolia,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yazakar,
Yazakar,
Sham, Yasha'ala,
Sham Yasha'ala,
Iwada,
Iwada,
Kaya,
Kaya,
Nawa'ai-Tazawa,
Nawa'ai-Tazawa,
Laba,
Laba,
Yakadwa,
Yakadwa,
Alyaka,
Alyaka,
Barayath,
Baryath,
Yakarathwa,
Yakarathwa,
Aholia,
Aholia,
Adawam,
Adawam,
Wayashamai,
Wayashamai,
Alayam,
Alayam,
Mawa'aba,
Mawa'aba,
Wahagariam,
Wahagorium,
Gabal,
Gabal,
Wa'aimawan,
Waimawan,
Wa'aimalak,
Waimalak,
Palashath,
Palashath,
I'm Yashabya,
I'm Yashabya,
Tazawar,
Tazawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa,
Nalawa,
Imam,
Imam,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Zarawai,
Zarawai,
Labanya Lawat,
Labanya Lawat,
Salah,
Salah,
Aishalaham, Kamadian,
Kamadian,
Kasaya,
Kasaya,
Sarai,
Sara'ah,
Salakia, Kayabian,
Kayabian,
Banakal,
Banakal,
Kwayashwan,
Kwayashwan,
Nashamadwa,
Nashamadwa,
Ba'ayan,
Bayan,
the Ara,
Diara,
Hayawa,
Hayawa,
Daman,
Daman,
Adama,
Ladama,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Nada,
Nada,
Yamawa,
Yabmawa,
Ka'arab,
Karab,
Wakazaba,
Wakazaba,
Wakazabak,
Wakazabak,
Katazol,
Wakatazol,
Kal, Nesaya Kamwa,
Cow Nasai Kamu, it's like it, bro.
Kal Nesaya Kamwa. Oh, Mana'ai,
Manai,
Kal Nesaya Kamwa,
Cow Nasai Kamu,
Ashar,
Ashar,
Amarwa,
Amarwa,
Naya Rasha,
Nayarasha,
Lanawa,
Lanawa,
Ath,
Ah,
Na'awath,
Nawath,
Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Alahaya,
Alahaya,
Shayatamwa,
Shayatamwa,
Kagagala,
Kagogala,
Kakwash,
Kakwash,
Lapanya Rawaka,
Lapanya Raraka,
Kaash,
Kaash,
Tabia Ira,
Tabayaira,
Yaira,
Yaira,
Wakalahaba,
Wakalahaba,
Talahat,
Talahat,
Harayam,
Harayam,
Khan,
Khan,
Tharadapma,
Taradapma,
Basa Iraka,
Basairaka,
Wabasa,
Wabasa,
Wapathka,
Wapatka,
Tabahalam,
Tabahalam,
Mala'ah,
Malaa,
Panyahum,
Panyam,
Kwalawan,
Kwalawan,
Wayabakwashwa,
Wayabakwashwa,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Yabashwa,
Yabashwa,
Wayabaholwa,
Wayabaholwa,
Aid,
Aidyaid,
Wayakaparawa,
Wayakaparawa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayabadwa,
Wayadayawa,
Wayadayawa,
Kaya Atha,
Kayatha,
Shimka,
Shimka,
Yahawa,
Yahawa,
Labadka,
Labadka,
Alyawan,
Al-Yawan,
Al-Kal Ha'arataza,
Al-Kaharataza. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, and the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zeeb, yea, all their princes, Azabah and Azalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my power, make them like a wheel, as a stumble before the wind, as a fire burneth a wood, and as a flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let me put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High of all the earth.
Men of Israel, we give one courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim Barak, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai Barakatah, Yahweh Shai Barakatah, Yahweh Class dismissed.